Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to At-Home Origami, and for the month of April we are going to be making cute little turtles just like this. They are three-dimensional and they can stand up all on their own, and they look pretty good, I think. So with your kit you'll have everything that you need to make your turtles in terms of paper and instructions, but you'll also need one pair of scissors and a marker or something you can color with if you want to decorate it afterwards. It's not mandatory, but you can make your turtle look pretty great if you do. So in order to make our turtle, the first thing we have to do, like every time, is make square paper. And there are a couple ways that you can make square paper, and I'll show you the best ones. So when you take your green sheets of paper, you want to take two of them for this first method. And what you're going to do is put them at a right angle to each other. So it makes kind of like a heart shape, if you can see that. And when you have them at that right angle, this far corner and these sides should line up. And you'll notice that it makes a line here on the overlap. And if you want to cut it this way, you can just cut along this line, and you can mark it if it helps. And that will leave you with a square. But my preferred method is actually to fold it. So you can make a square by folding, just by taking one corner of the rectangle and folding it down to make a triangle. And as long as this edge lines up, just go slowly and it will line up. As long as it does line up, you'll be able to smooth it down with that crease, and you'll make a square. So for this, you just have to cut along this line here. And I find this way to be the easiest, but whatever works best for you. And we'll just cut along that line, do it carefully, slowly, and as straight as we possibly can. So now you can see that when we open this back up, we have a square. And this is actually the first step of our folding instructions is already done, because it was to take the square and fold it in half, just like that. So that's another reason why I like that method, is probably like 3/4 of all origami instructions are going to start with that fold. So now that we have it, we can skip step one, but if you did it the other way, go ahead and just fold it in half like that. And then we're going to fold it in half again, perpendicular. So it's going to make a cross with the creases when you open it back up, just like so. And now we're going to fold it back closed again with the point, with the crease facing towards us. And now we're going to take one corner and we're going to fold it down onto itself entirely. So it's going to become a smaller triangle. You want to keep these edges as aligned as you possibly can. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So once you have that done and everything's aligned and creased, the next step is to be taking these flaps down here. So you take them one at a time, and you're going to just take this top layer, this top flap, and you're going to fold it up again just like you did before, folding it in half basically. So again, this flap just goes up like that. And then you'll do the same thing on the other side. And try to get these as lined up as you possibly can. They don't have to be perfect. So now, the next step is going to be basically doing that again, but slightly different. We're going to take one of these top flaps, and we're going to pull it out to the side until this line meets this center point. So basically it's going to go out from the middle, and you're going to fold that down, and it winds up with this little thing poking out. And that's actually going to be one of the turtle's legs. We'll do that on the other side. And it'll look a bit like this. So now the next step actually involves cutting this, and most origami does not involve cutting the paper after you make the square. But sometimes it can help with certain shapes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this top flap on the bottom. Don't cut the very bottom, just this top one here. And we're going to cut along the crease right up to that point in the center. And what this will do is it allows us to make the turtle's other pair of legs. And to do this, we're going to do the same thing we did before, just kind of get them out like that with some triangles. So now you wound up with this kind of wonky looking shape here. And what you need to do now is take these corners here that are off to the side, and you want to fold them in so that you make kind of a straight line next to these legs. And this is the side of the turtle shell. And you're going to do that the same on the other side. And now we've got both ends of the turtle shell. And now to make the head, what you need to do is you need to look at these points and decide which one of them is longer. So it looks like this one wound up being a little bit longer for me. So we're going to fold that one down, just like so. And then you're going to fold it in half again, a little bit more, so that it's just kind of poking out there. So I'll show you that again. We folded it down, and then we fold it up, so that when you turn it over, you'll see our turtle shape. Now this turtle is kind of flat at the moment, and it doesn't stand right. So this next step is not in the paper instructions, but what I like to do informally is just kind of fold them in half. Because if you fold them in half and kind of like squish it down a bit, then he'll stand up properly. So that's one thing you can just learn from experience, is sometimes there's things not in the instructions that help with your model. So, but once you reach this point, you can take your Sharpie or your marker or your crayon or your pencils or whatever, and you can draw all over the back. You can give him little eyes, little claws, or you can give him the shape of the turtle shell, which is what I've done on this one. So you can customize your turtle in any way you want. Make them colorful or not colorful, or you can draw whatever you like on them. So, well, pretty much that's our turtle. And you can pick up these kits at Youth Services if you'd like some more, or if you haven't gotten yours yet, while supplies last. So thank you for watching Origami, and hope to see you again next month. Enjoy!